All right, the plan today, well, first is to shift to the big ring, or just keeping the small ring. It's over shifting. Okay. The plan today is to put in some miles or kilometers. So I have the funny thought of trying to actually do 100 kilometers, but I don't know that that'll happen. But I want to put in some endurance. The idea here is the need to go primal. I watched a YouTube short this morning and it was about how humans were ancient humans were terrifying because they would hunt down creatures because they could out endurance them. So let's say they were hunting a woolly mammoth. The mammoth would start to run away and it would, get some distance, but then it'd see the humans approaching. And then it would run away a little bit more. And then a little while later, the humans would still be approaching. And eventually, it would get to the point where it was just so exhausted, it couldn't run away anymore. And the humans would approach, which then I did a little Google AI searching. And humans are the ultimate land endurance animals. And it's not really what we're doing now. The way we're living is kind of contrary to that. Sitting in offices or me teaching, moving around the classroom a little bit, but it's more a thought exercise. And I was even talking about how high intensity interval training it's an attempt, but it's really not mimicking everything that the endurance training does. And I had a feeling that was the case because when I was in my late 20s, early 30s, I started to do more high intensity interval training. You get fast for a while, but then you kind of you just feel a little bit wrong after a while. So the idea today is to just go out, zone 1, 2. So I'm doing this flat loop. It's 2 miles back and forth because where I live in Connecticut is pretty hilly. And we're just gonna go and do that and see what we can get in. And I'll give you a little checkups along the way and talk about some strategies to minimize cortisol for a long endurance activity. All right, so we are on to lap 2. Now, technically, if I were to do 100 kilometers, I would have to do 31 laps. And that would be quite a bit. So far, I've failed at all the Strava challenges I've signed up for, except for the 10 days of activity. The elevation one that's a bridge too far right now. I'm only at 58% with like 2 days left. But there is the 3-hour challenge, so maybe the 10 days and the 3 hours I might be able to do. We'll have to see. I've only ridden up to really an hour. So we're gonna try that one. Yeah. So another reason I'm starting to train more, going through a breakup with my ex on Wednesday. She didn't really want to spend any time with me, so I was like, why are we still together? And I don't know, kind of numb from the whole process. But endurance training, it does strengthen your heart. So for the next one, to tear it to shreds. So that's why I'm gonna get training. I also want to lean out and get fit for the fall, be in fighting shape, so to speak. And yeah, I'll keep going. All right, so we're on lap 3 and I'm going slow. I mean, probably 10.5, 11 miles an hour. But if you think about it, let's say that you were a woolly mammoth. Yeah, I'm going zone 2. I'm the big guy that's gonna eventually hunt you down by just wearing you out. But I have to go a little slower than the rest of my hunting crew. but that's, you know, that's okay. That's okay. So the other thing these long rides do is they help with mitochondrial production. So they actually help you to gain energy in a way. Like mitochondria is the energy production of the cells. So, you know, I'll be beat after riding today, but then give it 4 or 5 days. I used to feel like when I would do endurance training, I'd be beat, and then like kind of depressed the day after. But then I'd have crazy energy about 3-4 days later. So that's my theory, is the mitochondria who are getting kicked into gear. So it's all good going Primal. I think I'll do a little commentary each lap. That way you can tell the further I go how wonky I get. And we'll see. And I'll watch it myself. I am filming on a GoPro Hero 13 Black that I got off of Amazon that was refurbished in excellent condition. So hopefully that'll last. I got 2 batteries charged for it. We'll see if we make it through. Then I might have to switch to a different one. But okay, 10 kilometers in so far. I had to stop to post to Instagram because we all know that's important. Probably gonna have to fiddle with the camera, do some hyper view. I'm only doing 1080p super view. I'm going to export to 1080p, but if I upgrade to 4K, I can do hyper view. And that makes me riding at like 10 miles per hour look like way faster than I'm actually going. So it's probably worth doing. Let's see, what else can I talk about at lap 4? Oh yeah, did I mention I posted to Instagram? Yeah, for 10K. That took a while, but I think with that, the thing is, it's like I'm hunting down that woolly mammoth, and he'll wait. He'll allow me to post to Instagram. I mean, he might get up and run a little bit more, but I'm going to out-endurance him. Even if I'm a big guy, I'm going to wear him down. Going Primal. Oh, yeah. All right, we're on to lap 5. So we're getting up to 10 miles. Woohoo! Now my saddle is getting a little sore in the saddle area, and I might actually raise the saddle, which sometimes actually helps. I know it's counterproductive, but shifts your weight in a way that maybe makes it a little bit more comfortable. And we got a flag man up here. Let's see what's going on there. So anyway, still lap 5. On my Instagram post from last night, I posted some nachos, which I'm a fan of. Now, JM, let's call him JM. Shout out to JM. Posted that I've got to clean up my diet. And he may be right, but the way I look at it is the nachos are sodium delivery systems, and they also had black olives in there, so I was delivering the black olives, the healthy fats, and the sodium to help prepare for today, which I think, you know, it turns to fuel. Some people think it's basically just fuel. I mean, yeah, there are differences in food for sure, but you know, it's also got salsa, so that's good. All right, so Jemmy McGemster recommends that to blunt the cortisol response, I do some Coke every 45 minutes to an hour. All right, so I'm on lap 6. What I'm going to do is I have the Coke on the recycling bin in my driveway. I took some sips of it, and I'll come back and I'll get some more each lap. It's going to get warm, but that way I don't have to ride with it popping around with the can. Hopefully no one will take interest like any flying things. bees or whatnot. And I got a bunch of cans of Coke for today. While I stopped, I did move my saddle back. I had it a bit forward and it does feel better back. So didn't raise it, but effectively you raise it and you move it back. But shifts your weight. My weight was a little too far forward and it wasn't that good. So hopefully I can keep going. We're just 55 minutes so far of ride time. All right, we are at lap 7. I've done 20 kilometers so far. Posted that to Instagram along with a can of Coke. I think that was a strong post. Get a little Coke burps. Anyways, so yeah, saddle back feels a bit better. Also feels good to stop every lap and take a couple sips of Coke, staying cool by the recycling bin in the shade. That's probably what I'll be doing to keep going. I also had some water when I went in, so go in, get another can of Coke, drink some water. Hopefully that'll work and I'll be able to keep going. Okay, lap 8. Normally I only do 3, so we're already winning, let's say. We're taking time to track down the woolly mammoth, so to speak, or the whatever we're hunting, probably woolly mammoths. We get some meat for the clan grill later on. The grill, probably grill. Maybe I'll put the grill in the film. I don't know. But as you can see, I don't know if you can see the clouds, but it's starting to cloud up a little bit. Like we might have a little bit of weather moving in. So let's hope not. And that we can keep going. It's still early in the morning, so shouldn't be weathering up yet. Okay, taking a break from lap 9. I'm gonna actually do Williams Way just to mix it up. I know it's harder, but gotta do something different because I'm getting a little like bored, if you will. So go up Williams Way. I'll see you up that. All right, here we go, up Williams Way. So plan as usual will be to go slow up this climb. I'm on the 170, so not a super long crank, but also not super short. Good for climbing, I think. And do a climb. I like climbing, and it's fun. Okay, get to the top of Williams Way. Okay, that was a little hard. I got sweat in my eyes. We'll go back and pop another Coke open. We went through the first one. So went through the first one, started at 50 minutes, went through, it'll be about 140, so another 50 minutes before I pop the next one. So that'll be good. So technically this is lap 9, but I did do one on the Williams Way loop. So just crossed past 30 kilometers. Did another post to Insta and opened up another can of Coke. We're at 140 ride time. There are thunderstorm clouds building, but hopefully it's just past. So we'll see. I am tired at 140 in, so we'll see how far we can go. Okay, we're on lap 10. I'm not gonna lie, that last lap was brutal. I'm not wearing my glasses anymore. So sweat and salt was coming in my eyes. It was horrible. May have to switch to hyperview soon to entertain myself. We're at about 34 kilometers in, so keep going. My legs are getting a little tired, but I'm just getting not too bad actually. More mental thing sitting on the bike this long than anything else. All right, change of plans a little bit. There's a construction crew working on the telephone lines or whatever on the regular laps. I'm going by them so many times. It's kind of getting a little probably annoying for them, honestly. But so I'm going to do the 5-mile loop. This is the first climb of the 5-mile loop, and we'll work our way around this way and get some mileage that way. All right, here's the second climb of the 5-mile loop on Bacos. Ugh. All right, this is the Peter Green climb. We'll see how we do on this. Okay, it is time for round 2. So I'm heading over to Ben's. My butt doesn't feel so sore. That's good. So, not that bad. Just getting used to this, riding on the turbo saddle again. So, you know, I kind of failed miserably. I had delusion that I was going to do 100K at the start of today or something. Like, I'll just go out after no training and do it. But I made 26 miles, so 41.5K, something like that, this morning. The ride over to my brother-in-law Ben's place, and my sister, they live about 14, 15 miles away. There's a couple climbs on the way over, but it's more, I think, down than up. But I'm gonna take it slow. Again, with the theme of this morning, we are slowly tracking that woolly mammoth, which I think is salmon that Ben's making tonight. So that might make me like a grizzly bear. I don't know how the endurance is on them. Polar bears can go long distances though, so, you know, I don't know where this analogy is going. Anyways, I'll see you at the first hill. All right. So we are starting the first climb, which is the right fork climb here. So shift down to the small ring, take it easy. This is 6 or 7 tenths of a mile. It's kind of gradual. It's not like Williams Way. Maybe it's half mile, I don't know. Anyways, I'll see you up top. Okay, just made it over the right fork climb. Now I'm heading up to this next little climb. This next one's actually kind of hard. It's short and steep. So we're gonna hit that. And then it's one gradual climb. Then we're pretty much kind of downhill for the most part. We got a couple more ups. This climb coming up is probably the steepest one outside of Ben's driveway. So gotta just make it up this one. Then we'll go down, do a gradual climb to the next one. The climbs are taxing my legs. I'm feeling the climbs, but I don't feel that bad, actually. Whew, made it up that one. That one was hard. We're down some hills, and we'll go to the next longer, steadier climb. Whew. Gotta hunt down that woolly mammoth. So it's the start of the next climb. This is the gradual one. I'm gonna get out of the saddle a little bit. Get off the saddle because I'm still getting used to saddle time again. And just work my way up this one. That's downhill for a while. Then I have to go up, but then kind of flat down. So all right, I'm gonna settle in. Made it up that climb. You can see thunderstorms building again. Hopefully I'll make it before then. Probably got a half hour to 45 minutes left of the ride. So hopefully we can get there without thunderstorms. Get inside. Get myself some nice cold refreshments along with the salmon, which is going to be the replacement for the woolly mammoth. Salt's getting my eyes. So my change up there, where see you can see we're heading down though. It's a little bit of rollers, so got to slow down by a roller. Look like thunderstorms are creeping in. I was just thinking, like, you know, road cyclists are probably more attractive, as we all know the road cyclists are, more attractive than the average person, because we go primal. You know, we're walking on the bike long distances when we do endurance zone 2, that kind of thing. It's like a brisk walk for long distances. So it's definitely like we're built like our ancestors, more so than the modern office person is. You see these rollers? So I'm still in the big ring here, even as a big guy. Not primal yet, obviously. But I'm still going over these in the big ring because you just roll on up them. What I'm getting that's brutal is the salt that's going into my eyes. It's just like brutal, man. It's because I have glasses on. And glasses aren't very primal. You know? You probably have sweat dripping your eyes when you're hunting a woolly mammoth. It's like, oh God. That's the worst part. It's not really the physical part. It's just that. Oh. I'm going to have to stop at the top of this roller. Man, that was the worst. Getting the sweat in the eye is like, oh, it's so painful. And I have the glasses on. Now I'm moving down like a librarian. So I don't know. But, you know, tomorrow I have an eye doctor's appointment in the morning at 9:20. And they're probably going to be like, why are your eyes all bloodshot? I'll be like, oh, I was doing a lot of coke yesterday. They'll be like, what? I'll be like, cocaine. Anyways, yeah, man. Oh, that's brutal. That just gets that salt gets in your eye. I had a bug land in my eye yesterday. It's just like I got to get used to this stuff again. But it's like, whew, man, that's the worst part. Distracts me from like sitting on the saddle though. I'm like, that doesn't bother me at all right now. But oh, man. Alright, so we got this hill coming up, so I got to hit it hard here on the descent into the hill, so I really don't have to put much effort into the hill. I just kind of roll up it with my svelte 280 something pound frame. And we're already slowing down. Into the small ring. Oh yeah. Down to 5 miles per hour. Oh yeah. Okay, so we're basically over pretty much all the hills until Ben's driveway. Now I was thinking back in the day, there was one season I got down to 147 at the Mad River road race, and I went up App Gap and dropped the Canadian national champion. I kind of blew my attack in the last kilometer and ended up 7th, I think, because I went too soon. But you know, everyone's like now I'm almost twice the man I was. And I was thinking about that. It's like, you know, people, if I only could be like half the man you were, or something like that, it's like I'd rather be half the man I was. That'd be great. Don't be the full me, though. That's hard on the climbs. I go down to 5 miles per hour. It's rough. So that was a little fun portion I just went through. I didn't have it on camera, but I got up to 53 kilometers an hour on this little flat roller part. That's cool. But I almost don't like going too fast at the higher weight because I'm not sure the brakes are going to stop me that well, which, man, you gotta laugh. It's like, wow, it's pretty bad, dude. But, so anyways, let's see for this next section. Maybe I'll get cruising along for this next part. Okay, I was going like 50K there for a while, 50 kilometers an hour, which is good. But now we're just getting some light rain, but I got about a mile or so to go, a mile and a half, maybe 2 miles to go. So hopefully I'll get there before it does anything serious. Yeah, well, didn't quite make it out of the rain. Stay on the inside here so my wheel doesn't slip.